fried onion rings. Gonna be cooking some up in the Emeril Lagasse Power Air Fryer 360 XL. I'm Darnell with Wave On Recipes, and let's get started now. Okay, so the ingredients to start, I'm gonna do an egg wash with a breading. And so for the egg wash, I've got 2 large eggs and 1 ounce of water. For the breading, I've got a cup of all-purpose flour, a cup of yellow cornmeal, 1 tablespoon kosher salt. You can use a tablespoon of garlic powder. I'm just using some Mrs. Dash garlic and herb blend since that's what I have on hand. Also a tablespoon of freshly cracked black pepper, and got some cooking spray I'll also be using. So to just get things started up, I'm just putting the wet ingredients together, putting all the dry ingredients together, and basically going to get these all well blended. Alright, I've got 1 onion here, put out myself a couple of crispy trays. So just going to start cutting the onion now to make my onion rings. I'm going to try and make the slices a little thick, not super thick. But you can cut it to the thickness of your choosing for your onion rings. Alright, now that I've got the onion sliced up, I'm just kind of separating the rings. And I know different folks may prep their onion rings different ways. Sorry you didn't have a good view of some of that earlier. But basically some folks, prepare their onion rings different ways. So for me, I just kind of, get the onion and kind of go for it. So just getting all these rings separated, and I figure after I, separate all these rings, I'll have enough to likely cover, toss that, to likely cover a couple of crisper trays worth of space. So just going to finish getting these all separated out. Alright, now I'm going to get the Emeril Lagasse Power Air Fryer 360 XL on. I've got it at air fry. Going to lower the temp down to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm going to leave the cooking time at 20 minutes and see how things do. I'm going to hit start, let things start preheating. While things are preheating, I'm going to be running my onion rings through the egg wash and the batter, and then setting them out on the crisper trays. After I get them set on the crisper tray, I'll start spraying them down with some of the cooking spray, and that'll help give them a bit of a crunch. So just kind of going to go through the process here with each one. I'm going to double dip with the basically the breading and the egg wash, because these onion rings, since they're kind of wet to begin with, the breading doesn't want to really stick unless you do some other additional prep work, which I'm not going to do that way. Now I've kind of got my club hand. I kind of messed up and got my dry hand a little wet, but I'll compensate for that as I go. I'm basically doing a double of the breading egg wash. Well, doing egg wash breading again to make sure that I get a good bit of that breading on each onion ring. So I'm going to just continue the process to get them all well coated. Alright, so it took me a little while to get things all battered up and such. And so the cook had already started. It went through the preheat, so I'm going to pause it and turn it back to my original 20 minutes. And now I'm going to put these crisper trays on the top rack, one on the top. I'm going to take the other with its baking pan under, put that down there, put this on the air fry level, and get that baking pan all the way in. And now I'm just going to slide this crisper tray on in there. So, alright, got it in there. And close up, hit start. Gonna let things cook for a while and bring you back. Alright, so just 6 minutes have passed, or about 6 minutes. And I think it's a good time to move things around from what I'm seeing how things look. So going to hit pause here just as it gets down to 14 minutes left, and it's been a full 6 minutes. So pause, and going to swap and spin the racks. Going to do a swap and spin. So spin this guy around. I'm going to pull this one out. Get this rack out of here. I'm going to swap it around. We'll spin it around. And then stick it up on the higher level. Like that. I'm going to try and touch up a couple spots I see on my onion rings. Just do a little touch-up work. Just give them a little extra crisp there. Get that in, and get this in. Press this rack here in. Gotta get this bottom one all the way in first. Now I gotta press this one in. Like that. Kinda gotta force it a little bit, but it gets in there. And now hit start. And let this complete. Bring you back in a moment. Alright, it's been about 12 minutes now, 6, when I'm on one rack, 6 on the other. So I'm gonna basically pause it there and have a look at things. Sorry, the cooker makes a bit of noise with that fan going. But here are our completed onion rings. And they're looking, pretty nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and start plating them. You see underneath, they're cooked underneath. So they're cooked on both sides. And that's some air fried onion rings in just 12 minutes. So going to basically get these off and then get that other rack, and we'll have a look at those and we'll get those off. But I think just to kind of do it like this, instead of having to do all the other extra prep that's done with some onion rings to try and get the breading to stay on and such, just doing a double dip in the egg wash and the breading seems to do the trick. So I think I like doing this way. It's a little more quicker, just kind of knocks it out and gets them well breaded and coated up. So we've got a pile of onion rings. This one I guess didn't get as well done there, but that's okay. So with that, I'm going to give you a close-up view of this. Going to get the camera moved and do a taste test. Alright, so let's check out these fried onion rings. I like to just taste them straight up. I don't want any dipping sauce or anything getting in the way of the true flavor, so let's taste. Those turned out very good, I've seen other people do them other ways that are a bit more complicated, a bit more time consuming. Coming at it this way, just doing a double dip in the breading and egg wash, the breading stays on. They fry up in the air fryer in just 12 minutes. Didn't have to flip any of the onion rings over or anything, just swap the racks because I had so many. Turned out great. So definitely liking that. And so I hope that you enjoyed this. You'll be able to find this recipe and others at my blog, superwaveovenrecipes.com. In the video description, you can find the recipe as well as a link directly to a printable version of the recipe. Also, there are referral links for the smaller version of this cooker and also to my Amazon shop to be able to get, other types of cookers and such. Also, you can also find me on Twitter and Instagram at Wave Oven Recipes. You can always come to this YouTube channel by going to waveovenrecipes.com. And also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share the video with a friend, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and good eating.